Not again! Please! Not again! Please! I literally had it. Please! No! Now, if you don't understand why I'm crying, Marvel's World War II action game has been delayed. Now, you may be saying, "What? Why are you mad? It's just a delay." You know, when's the last time I seen a delay like this happen for a game where we got one trailer that technically wasn't even released to the public, and then we, other than that, got no other news released about the game, and the first thing we hear about the game is a fucking delay? You know, when's the last time I heard about that? Let me remind you. Okay, let me put it on screen for you. Let me give y'all an image. Oh, I got a couple images. I got a couple images to remind y'all. Look at that. Oh no. Look at that. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the Wonder Woman game? The same thing happened with the Wonder Woman game. We didn't get no news on the game for forever. And then when we did get some news, it was something like this. Delay. We didn't get no announcement trailer. We didn't get no gameplay trailer. Nothing. Just straight delay. Reminder. The same thing happened with the Wonder Woman game. Now I pray that this is just a delay. That this is only a delay. Okay? That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm praying for. But we're going to read this article and we're going to see what's going on. Because I really, really want this game to come out because the idea of this game just looks so fucking cool. But, has Skydance New Media, the studio developing the game, has announced it will come out sometime in early 2026. That's cool and all, but can we see a gameplay trailer, even if it's a vertical slice? Like, can we see a gameplay trailer? Can we see like a cinematic trailer? Can we see something to let us know y'all still alive? Because again, the only thing that's been announced about this game is that it exists. The trailer that we seen was leaked. They showed that behind closed doors, and somebody behind closed doors said, "Nah, I ain't got nothing. So that wasn't the trailer that the public was supposed to see. They announced this game and like in words only. So technically, we've never seen this game. Officially, we have never seen this game. And they're already saying the shit is delayed because it needs more polish. Like I said, remember the last time we heard something like that? It was first teased in 2021 as the first project under Skydance, blah, 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 blah. It's billed as an action adventure. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck. But the only times I've seen news about this game has been leaks. And like they said, 2021. First time I seen it was like 2023, 2022 sometime. But they said this game was first leaked in 2021. Announced in 2021. It's 2025. We ain't hear shit. We ain't see shit. I ain't see a cinematic trailer. I ain't see a commercial. None of that. We just hearing about it. And like I said, every time I hear about it, it's never from the official company. It's from a nigga who went inside and took some pictures when he wasn't supposed to. So I fear for this game. Guys, I hope I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong. But don't be surprised if this game don't come out. Don't be surprised if we got another Wonder Woman on our hands. I pray, because the previews I did see of this game look cool. And the idea of this game is fucking amazing. Especially as somebody who grew up, and I know the Unk jokes are incoming, but especially as somebody who grew up reading that era of Marvel Comics. Like, when I was a jittery, I wasn't alive back then, but my uncle and my pops brought comic books, like, when they were alive back then. and like they have comic books from that era and stuff like that. And in my grandfather's house, he just had a bin of those old comic books because they got older, they didn't read them as much. So all those comics was in a bin, and I read those, and that's how I got started learning about like Marvel and DC and all that. That's why I know about characters that were popular back then, like Rom, that nobody knows. If you ask somebody my age range who's a Marvel fan who Rom is, they're gonna go, nigga, who? I don't even know if that nigga has a comic out right now. Let me see. Late. The fuck? L-A-T-E-S-T. Rom the Space Knight. Let's see. Yeah, he was a Space Knight. IDW Publishing. Licensed the character, and may release ROM number 0 as part of free comic book data, free issue. Okay, 2023 present. Marvel reacquired their license, published reprints. Okay, that's a reprint. I don't give a fuck. So the last time this nigga had a new comic was like 2016. So he's a very, very low-key, very, very OG character. So like a lot of people my age range don't know who that character is and don't know who characters of that era is. Like most people who know Namor know him as the Sea God nigga. I know Namor as the World War II person. Most people hear Human Torch and the first name that comes to their head is Johnny Blaze. Nigga, the first name that comes to my head is Jim Hammond. The nigga from World War II. The Human Torch that was an android. That was fighting with the Defenders. That's the Human Torch I know. So like, as somebody who deeply loves this era of comics, I want this game to come out. Day one, I want to play this game. But if it don't come out, that's not realistic. If it don't come out, ain't no day one plays. Can't play something day one if it don't release day one. And with that being said, oof, I can't lower that. I'll fix that later. But with that being said, here's y'all warning. If this game don't come out, don't be surprised. Just be sad. Because I'm telling you now, if shit doesn't come out, we riot. But just some quick Marvel Rival news, like couple quick things. First, some Marvel Rival news. Apparently they're re-releasing the battle passes, but the price is going up. I'm gonna skim through this article and see what the fuck they're talking about. As announced on the 13th of May, Marvel Rivals is bringing back the very first battle pass from the game's initial Season 0. However, the Season 0 pass back at launch only cost how much is that in real life money? $5. And now it costs $6. The old pass will only be available for 2 weeks and will go away again on the 29th of May, and there will not be a free option when it returns. That makes sense because you missed it when it originally came away, and if you're working to get all this content, I guess like it jumping from $5 to $6 is definitely weird. They're testing the waters here. And one thing I want to say about Marvel Rivals is since it's such a new game, since it's such a new game on the market and whatnot, they're trying to test the market to see what they can get away with, what they can condition people with. Because I forgot the name of the test, but it's basically a mental tactic where you do small things to people to see what they accept. That's why NBA 2K is as bad as it is now. Because I remember seeing videos of people in like 2013 or whatever was the first year they added the VC, saying like, hey, don't let this shit grow out of control or the whole game is just going to be dictated by VC. And now look at NBA 2K. You literally, and I'm not exaggerating, you literally can't play the game if you don't buy a fuck ton of VC and flesh out your build and have like 2-3 different builds. I don't like this. I don't like this. Even if it's just $1, I don't like this. I don't like what it symbolizes. The whole pass not being free, though, I feel like some people would get mad about that. But I feel like this. If you were playing the game during that season and you were there during that season, I feel like the free stuff should still be free. But if you weren't there during that season and you're buying it from scratch, I feel like, nah, that shit shouldn't be free. They should give you like basically a grandfathered in discount. And I'm just saying that so I can get a discount, bitch. Ha 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 ha. 1 second, let me plug this mouse up while I jibber jabber. Linktr.ee says the future passes might return, though they will not be back until at least 2 seasons have elapsed since their debut, and the passes will cost 20% more when they return. No, this is not tariffs because it's a digital good. Again, this is them seeing what they can get the fuck away with, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it. But people who play this game, it's not that deep. They're way into debt, bruh. I swear, like, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. It has to be one of the worst phrases to get casualized or popularized. Because people are going to justify this shit, and it's not that deep. They're way the fuck out of stupidity. The first season of Rivals was short, just 4 weeks long, and happened over the Halloween days, so many players didn't have a chance to get the first battle pass, which contains some great skins for Punisher, Black Pooh Shiesty, and Mantis. So it's nice that it's coming back and blah 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 blah. That's that nigga saying I'm glad it's coming back. But yeah, this makes sense FOMO wise, but I ain't gotta like it. That being said, last thing I want to kind of glance over and talk about is what the fuck is this, bro? Oh, that's just the top of the page. Power World apparently this summer's having a Terraria collab, and I even seen this on my Discord because I'm in Power World Discord. I seen like the notification pop up, and I made sure that when I looked for stuff to talk about, that I had an article about this. And since this article is short, I'll just read it in most of its entirety. Title: Tides of Terraria. Is it partake? Blah blah blah. Why Terraria isn't exactly blah blah blah. The update will apparently let you catch, train, fight, and work with monsters from Terraria, just like pals. Now they didn't really give too many details besides this direct quote on it, so there's not really much to talk about. I just wanted to say keep your eye out for this, and also keep your eye out for when it's time to catch them Nintendo ninjas while they're sleeping instead of them catching us while we're sleeping. That's all I gotta say.